G'day, my fellow media collectors. I'm Troy, and this is the Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide. And today we have my monthly collection update. So let's see what I picked up for the month of November 2024. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. Honestly, stick around to the end. I've got a super mega rare one this month. The thumbnail did not lie. I have an absolute cracker. I'll just got to get through some of these other good buys to get to this one. Honestly, it is worth sticking around for. So, first up, what did I get? Well, let's start off with, this was kind of a hangover from last month, but it got late. So, let's get into it. And the first one is Ben 10 Race Against Time on DVD. And I got this off eBay for a whopping $4.71. That's right, $4.71 as we look there. This is a live action movie with, I think there's two live action movies if I remember rightly. One with a older Ben 10 and one with a younger one. This is obviously the younger one. Yeah, like I said, just getting into the Ben 10s now. There's the back there. Like I said, if you're looking to get into Ben 10, honestly, now's the time. They're all relatively cheap. Hence, like this one's $4, and that was including postage, remember? So super, super cheap. And this is in relatively good nick. You know, obviously been watched a couple times, but other than that, still in good nick. Great addition to the collection. So another one off the list. I'll definitely be looking at finishing off a lot of the Ben 10 in the next year coming. So there's Ben 10 out of the road. So what else did I get next? So the next one I got, JB had another Black Friday special, and I managed to pick up a few things cheap. I'm not going to get into how the specials work because it gets a bit confusing, but they had like two specials that when you added it up, you got a big discount. So I've averaged out what I've got. So I'll go off this averaged out price. And the first one I got was Madam Web on Blu-ray, and of course I got this from a JB for $13.98. Yep, that's right. I think this retails for almost $30 still, 24, $30, something like that. And I got it for $13.98 with the specials. I absolutely cleaned up and got a couple of great ones that I've been trying to get for a while. And yeah, I got this stinker. This absolute stinker of a movie. There's the side there, and of course there's the back. There's one of these classic sort of just pumped out single discs editions. I wasn't going to get any 4K, or there's a disc there, as you can see, pretty mass produced type sort of thing. There's no way I was forking out for a Ultra 4K with Steelbook or any of that thing for this dog of a movie, because I'll watch it once and that'll be it, because I still haven't seen it yet. So yeah, and from all accounts, not even worth the watch. So there you have it. They're my first couple for the show, and that is a Ben 10 Race Against Time and Madam Web.
Do you want pop vinyls? Do you want action figures? Do you want Lego? Do you want Playmobil? Well, then you want Pop Toys. It's the only place I go for all my pop culture needs. So go see my mate Andrew on Facebook at Pop Toys AU, or on the web at pop.toys, or at his store at Maroubran, Victoria, and tell him Troy sent you.
Okay, next couple I have for you, and I managed to get this. I've been watching these for a little while, waiting for them to come down in price, of course. I mean, they're only this year, but I'll tell you what, when I saw the special at JB, these were probably the first three I grabbed. And the first one is Justice League Infinity Crisis Part 1 on a Blu-ray. And of course, I got this from JB Hi-Fi for $11.18. That's right. These things are usually, oh God, I think it's around the $14 mark, I think. 14, 20, something like that. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but with the special they had on, yeah, they're probably still around the $19 mark actually when I kind of work it out. Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but with the special they had on, I got a nice big discount, and of course I picked this up. So there's the front, the side and the back. I like the look of these. These look really good. And of course the disc, which is just, they're standard. They're standard type of disc that they do, nothing too flash. But, so I got that one, which also means, well, let's see if I can get the other ones. So we'll put that aside, and I went and got, of course I did, the Justice League Infinity Crisis Part 2 on a Blu-ray, and I got this at JB for $11.18 as well as part of the special. I love these covers, don't they look good? There's the side there and the back. They're all very similar, and I like the style of what they're doing on the front cover. It looks really good and stands out. There's the disc, as you can see, that standard cheap disc that they do. But yeah, what can I say other than I'm actually keen to watch and see if they do the Infinity Crisis justice in this, because the movie that led up to it, Warworld, go watch my review. That wasn't real great, but it leads straight into this. So I was curious to see how they pull this off, considering they've stretched it over 3 discs, as you see. This is the Justice League Infinity Crisis Part 3 on a Blu-ray, and I got this from JB for $11.18. So yeah, glad to get all 3 of them. Like I said, look at that front cover. That looks great, that classic one. There's the side there. And then we have the back. And if we look at the disc, oh, surprise, surprise, that cheap disc. But you've got to give it to the covers. The covers look great, as I'll put them in order across here. They do look really good all together like that. Yeah, super keen to see if they pulled it off, because this is like Justice League Infinity Crisis. The Infinity Crisis, what can you say? That was a huge event for DC. So to put it over 3 Blu-rays, you kind of hope they do it justice. At least they give this story time to breathe, and they're not jamming it all onto one movie. They're actually spreading it out. So hopefully they pulled it off. Maybe I'll review it sometime next year. But yes, that is it. I've got all the Infinity Crisis, so very happy with that, and on Blu-ray no less, for a decent price. That's the main thing, decent price. So yes, that is the Justice League Infinity Crisis 1, 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. Okay, now we're already at the end of the video. You're like, what? I mean, yeah, I know, but I blew my monthly budget on this one. This goes down now as the most expensive DVD, single DVD. I'm not going to say set or box set, but it's definitely the single most expensive single most expensive Blu-ray that I've ever bought. So you'll see in a minute why. So of course, this has to be, yep, you guessed it, the bargain of the month. That's right, the bargain of the month. Now, this is one of those grail ones, as they like to say. Is it like super up there? Yeah, it is. It is very hard to get a hold of, and get a Blu-ray copy as well. There are a couple of DVDs. I actually was eyeing off a DVD version of this ages ago and almost bought it. And what is that, you ask? I've really built it up. Here it is. The Death of Superman Lives. What happened? On a Blu-ray. And I got this off eBay for, drumroll please, $124. That's right. I dropped a cool $124 on this. Now, you might be like, that is insane. And yes, it is not something that I really wanted to spend that much money on, but I'll just give you a quick look at it here. We'll have a quick look now first, and then I'll explain it. So yeah, there's the front cover. And of course, it's a US release, hence the thinner cases. There's the back there. It's a great documentary. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It is a fantastic documentary. I definitely want to review it for the channel. There's the disc there. So yeah, the backstory on this one is I almost bought this 2 years ago. I'm gonna say 2 years ago. I come close to buying this on DVD. Now the difference between the DVD and Blu-ray, um, the Blu-ray has a shitload of special extras on it because of the size of the disc, where the DVD has the movie and only a very small amount. This has all the extra stuff, extra interviews, extra everything. So when it comes down to it, this is the way to go, is to get the Blu-ray if you can, as opposed to the DVD. But either way, both are just as valuable as each other because of the limited run. I think these were produced by the actual director of the movie, the guy who made the documentary, and it was on a crowdfunded thing, if I remember rightly. Like, quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a crowdfunded thing, and he only put them out. So to get, so yeah, I nearly bought the DVD version at $120 2 years ago, and I thought that was a bargain then. Currently now, if you're looking for this on eBay, and more than welcome to see if you can spot a couple, there's only 2 or 3 out there ever at any given time, either Blu-ray or DVD. And you're looking at anywhere from, I mean, I made the guy an offer. He had it for 150. I told him the best I could do was 120, and we agreed on 124, which was 120 and then $4 postage. But I had to talk him down a bit. He was keen to get rid of it, and I offered him a decent. I said, mate, I got the money ready to go right now. 120, let's do it. And he jumped at the thing. So I still paid 120 for it. But if you look at some of the other ones out there, they are anywhere from 200 to 300. Hell, there is a copy out there right now that is signed by the director. I think it's got Kevin Smith's signature on it and someone else on it, and they're asking 300 for it. So very hard to get a hold of, very expensive, very collectible. Definitely one to get in if you're a Superman fan. Definitely one to have. This is definitely that high-end sort of collectible. I'm very happy to get that now. Finally got this grail, as they say. I actually had one of my subscribers, Nathaniel. He asked me, what grails are you chasing? That was a good question, and I said to him, I said, wait until you see this video. I've actually picked up one. I have picked up a few grails over my time that I've been looking for. Definitely the turtles back here. These Back to the Sewer ones, which are hard to get. The full set of the Fast Forward series, they're super hard to get, especially here in Australia. There's a Silver Surfer there. That one is extremely hard to get. There are a couple more there. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. But as far as actual grails go, I think for me the top grail is the Japanese release of the 1979 Spider-Man TV show that they had in Japan. The Tomei series, I think it's called. I'll have to look that up. I'll put it here. That thing is super rare, super expensive. We're talking anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. Yep, you heard me right. I didn't say that wrong. $2,000 to $3,000. Hence, if there is a grail out there I want to get my hands on, I don't have 2 or 3 grand to buy it. Do I want it? Yes, very much so. Would it be the shining light of my collection? Yes, very much so. But at 2 or 3 grand, it is way out of my price range. I'm not that rich. If anyone wants to donate one to me, by all means. But yeah, I am afraid I cannot afford it. But yeah, that if I was looking at grails, that is definitely the one that I would love to get a hold of. So I'll be curious, what are your grails? What are those collector items that you, what is that one thing that you have been chasing that you would love for your collection? Why don't you put it in the comments below and let me know. I'd love to read them. So yeah, there we have it, the bargain of the month. Super happy. Told you this was worth waiting around for. Like I said, one of the most expensive ones I've bought so far for a single disc version, not for a set or anything, but definitely single disc version. And that is Superman Lives. What happened? Sorry, The Death of Superman Lives. What happened on Blu-ray? Hey, if you like that and you want to see some more of my collection updates, why don't you click that one? Maybe you want to see some of my reviews. They are good. Go click that one there. And of course, don't forget to do the most important thing. Throw me a like, and don't forget to hit that subscription button on the way out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.